Yo, what up? This your boy Marcus Houston. You're tuned in right here to The Biz with D.
All right, everybody. Thank you for all tuning in to The Biz with D on My Fierce Wings Radio. And, of course, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm David Duane. And right now we have recording artist and actor Marcus Houston on the line. What's going on, Marcus?
What's up, sir? How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on the show this evening. We greatly appreciate your time.
I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Not a problem. So, just in case for all the listeners who may not know who Marcus Houston is, which I think would be kind of, I think it's safe to say a little bit on the retarded side. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh, well, started out group Immature long time ago. Immature turned into IMX and ended up going solo. Had an outstanding solo career. Thank you, God, for blessing me with the strength and the talent to keep going. And and I've been in movies. You Got Served, Sister, TV shows, cuts, all of that. So I don't like to really give my own resume out because it feels weird. But
right.
if you guys know, you know. If you don't know, how you doing?
Go to MarcusHoustonOnline.com to find out.
There you go. Exactly.
So you mentioned IMX, and you had a phenomenal run with the group. How would you say the overall feeling and success of being in that group just made you feel?
I think whenever you come from a group, you respect the members in the group. We're like brothers, we're still like brothers. We still have that mutual respect for one another. And, the success of IMX, if it wasn't for Immature IMX, I wouldn't be here, today doing what I'm doing. So, I always, respect where I came from. It's like, you know what I mean? Because you can never forget where you came from, because if you forget that, then you don't know who you are. And, I credit everything and all my success to my comrades, my brothers, Roman Kelp, for sticking by me and stuff like that, and all the things that we did go through, so I'm just happy for the success of IMX, and like I said, it's made me who I am today.
Right. And I mean, I think that the success and everything was great with the group. I mean, phenomenal group. I mean, one of the best male groups ever. I don't think there was many groups anytime that at the time were doing the things that you guys were doing. And it's like you guys had won over the ladies more than other groups at that time that did. And you're laughing because you know what I'm saying is true.
Well, I can't say that Immature, we had a very, very silent effect on our female fan base, and we appreciated each and every one of them, you know what I mean? And without our fans, we couldn't have, gone to the heights that we got to, you know what I mean? Your fans are who make you and break you, so we always stay loyal to our fans and really gave them the credit for getting us to where we, were. So, it's always, great to have really, really outstanding and great fans, because without great fans, you can't be who you want to be.
That's true. Well, since we're talking about fans and female fans, transitioning to being a teenager into a man, did you find finding sex appeal and keeping it up was something hard for you, with the different ages of women that liked your music, or was it something that was kind of I got this kind of thing?
Well, I don't put any thought into that. You know what I mean? I don't put any thought into, having sex appeal or appealing to a certain type of crowd. What I do put a lot of thought into is to, making great music that I think, my fans will enjoy. Music that I like. I try to do music that I like, and hopefully, that they like it too. But my most important thing when I'm in the studio, I'm recording albums and doing videos, I'll try to think of, what will my fans love? You know what I'm saying? So, I try not to think too hard about the sex appeal and do all that. The time that I thought about that was, when I did my Naked video, I felt like it was time to break out of the Roger image and do that. You know what I mean? So I felt like that was necessary for my career, to do a video like that, to, show, the women out there that I was a grown man. And I think it worked well. And then after that, I just kind of, once they knew, it was like, okay, well, now that y'all know I'm grown, now we can, talk about some grown-up stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, that was your second album, had great hits like Sex With You, Naked.
Yeah.
It was on Billboard, top R&B and hip hop album, 13. Like, how does that make you feel that album was such a success overall?
You know, it's a wonderful feeling to be recognized for all the hard work that you put in. And it doesn't really matter where the album charted or where it's at. To me, to be it made people like Marques Houston. And that, to me, was more appreciative than, you know, selling a gajillion albums and having a number one album. Because, you know, you can have a number one album off of hype. But that don't mean people really like you. You know, that's just people hype about you because you've created enough hype around yourself that you can sell albums and people just buying into the hype. To me, Naked was not about buying into the hype, but it was about people actually realizing that, you know, Marques Houston was a real artist and he was, you know, an artist to be reckoned with. And I think that album was the stamp of approval that I got from all my peers and all the fans out there and all the ladies out there. It was like, okay. So, you know, to me, that was more of an accomplishment because I felt like, you know, I wasn't taken too seriously as an artist after my first album because, you know, people were like, okay, you was in a boys group, you was Roger, you know, we're not going to take you seriously yet. But I think Naked really gave me the opportunity to become a real artist in people's eyes, and I think that was the great part about that album.
Yeah, definitely. Because like you said, it seemed like, I mean, that first album, MH, was phenomenal, had great records on there.
Thank you.
But anytime. So when you came out with Naked and then Veteran, and then with Mr. Houston, that's when everybody started to lose their fucking minds. Like, I hate the curse for some people that are listening to this interview right now, but they did. I mean, as you started coming out with different songs like Circle, I mean, that's when the hype just real, and Body, of course, too. I couldn't forget that one. Like, that's when everybody was like, whoa, wow.
Well, I felt like, you know, Naked was a great platform album for me because in the next album, which was Veteran, it came out and it debuted at number one. It was my first number one debut album in my career. So that was also a platform that I hit that was, like I said, you know, glory be to God, man, because it's just, you know, without God, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And, you know, sometimes people can buy into their own hype, and I've never been one of those people to buy into my own hype. Like, I pray to God, and I thank God for everything that He's given me. For that album to go number one was just amazing to me because I felt like, you know, I've never had a number one album. You know, so it was a great. It showed me that people were really appreciating the music that I was putting out and maybe want to keep going and keep doing it. You know.
Exactly. So since we're talking about recording albums, and I got to ask you, when you write your music, where does it all come from? The inspiration, that is.
The inspiration for my music comes from just my life, things that I've seen, situations that I've actually lived, and situations that I've seen be lived around me. You know, it's not necessarily just my situations, but, you know, like I can have a friend that might have gone through this, or, you know, somebody I know that might have gone through this. So my music is about real life situations, and then you have those songs that are just creative. Like sometimes I'll just, you know, get creative and say, oh, I want a song like this, and then I'll just do a song like that just because I felt like that was, you know, that was a good idea. So a lot of it is real life stories, and a lot of it is just creativity.
Right, definitely. So I got a question, and it's from my sister, Ebony, who absolutely, like, lost her mind when I texted her and said, guess what, I'm interviewing tomorrow. She was like, you know how, like, on iPhone, they got all the crazy smiley faces and everything.
Yeah.
So she sent all of them, like, fan, hand. I was like, wow, you need to relax yourself. But first, she says hello. And her question was, what was your favorite song, like, that you've written yourself?
One of my favorite records that I've ever written was, it was called Something Else, and it was on my first album, the MH album. And that's like one of my favorite records that I've ever written, you know, because it has that, you know, Michael Jackson kind of vibe, and it's just, you know, it's a good performance record, and just, I don't know, it's just been always one of my favorite records.
So recently, you released a music video and a new single called Speechless, which was, I mean, I saw the video. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you. I saw somebody was posting it, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to check it out later. I end up checking it out like maybe like 5 minutes later. I'm like, okay, let me see what it's about. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is nice. It's like this is real laid back. I like the this choice of direction with the new music. So Speechless, can you kind of tell the listeners who may not have heard it or seen the music video? Can you kind of tell them what it's about?
Well, Speechless with this entire album, I really wanted to create an album that could make you think and feel. You know, 'cause when I hear music, I hear albums, I like to either be put in a place mentally where I can relate, or I like to be able to be put in a place where I can feel it. You know what I mean? Right. And I feel like with this album, I wanted to really do music that can make you, like, either you're going to think about something or you're going to get that feeling. And that whether that feeling is putting you in the mood to, you know, do you do, or, you know, just maybe make you think about a loved one or just whatever. So, you know, with Speechless, I wanted to, I really am a big fan of Take Six and Brian McKnight, that harmonies and stuff like that. So I really wanted to, you know, do a record like that, you know, all vocals and stuff like that. Even though I'm a solo artist, I still wanted to do something like that, and that's what the inspiration behind this song came from. Is just that whole Take Six vibe and just the old school, a feel good record. And it's like, you know, it's talking about a girl that you meet and you're just speechless. You know what I'm saying? Every time you're around her, you she's so amazing that you just don't know what to do with yourself. And you know, it's a lot of that is inspired by, you know, my real life as well. So, you know, just hopefully that record can inspire other people, you know.
Definitely. And I mean, the video was great too. It almost kind of reminded me of a more calm version of Sex with You without the sex.
Yeah, well, I didn't want it to be too, you know, sex driven. I wanted it to be more, you know, that your mama could turn it on and play it for the kids too. You know, I wanted it to be more intimate, you know, and just real clean and just pretty. You know, it's a pretty beautiful video, beautiful young lady in the video, and just more story. You know what I mean?
Right. And you debuted the video on 106 in Park. Like, since debuting the video on 106, how has the response overall been?
The response has been amazing. You know, like I said, I have great fans, and you know, they really love it. And you know, you never know what your fans are gonna think. You know, you can put out music and you can like it, but they could be like, oh, this sucks. You know, so
right.
I mean, the response has been amazing, and you know, I'm just grateful. Like I said, and I thank God again that, you know, the response is so great.
Definitely. And you mentioned the fact of fans may not liking it, and there's music fans of that, because I'm an artist as well. And with that, you know, fans not liking the music, and you're like, oh, that's not it. Come a little bit harder, or you coming too hard, come a little smoother. Do you ever feel like you need to cross over in genres, or do you feel like R&B is MH?
I don't feel like any type of music defines MH. I feel like I define my music. If I want to do pop, then I can do pop. If I want to do R&B, then I can do R&B. If I want to do soul, I can do soul. If I want to do neo-soul, just whatever I feel like I want to do. I never limit myself to a style of music. Mm-hmm. I want to be that kind of artist that can do it all and not just do things that because it's the new trend. Like if everybody's doing pop records, I don't want to say, oh, I want to do a pop record now. You know, I want to be able to do a pop record and people say, I love Marcus Houston's new song because of Marcus Houston. I don't want the genre to define me. You know what I mean? And that's what I try to do my best with, you know, just doing music that I feel like fits me. And it's not necessarily putting a genre on it. It's just like, you know, this is the kind of music that I feel like I want to do at the time. And, you know, I'm definitely an R&B artist, but I'm also an artist that, you know, so universal, you know, as far as my music and the music that I've done before and the music that I love. You know, I love all kinds of music. So I'm not closed off to any type of music. You know, I like to do music that just works for me, you know.
Exactly. And I mean, I thought I would ask you, because nowadays we see everybody, I'm not going to name drop, but we see certain artists, they are really good for that R&B. I mean, they do all right with pop, but then it's like they don't seem to get the right response, and then some people aren't feeling it. So I was like, let me ask Marcus, does he see himself doing that, or does like what his take on this? Because you get different answers from different artists every time.
Yeah. Well, you know, I like I said, I don't discredit anybody out there doing their thing. You know, I feel like everybody out there is you know, there's room for everybody, and I respect every R&B artist, every pop artist, every solo male artist out there that's doing their thing, because it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to do this. But, you know, as for me, I just feel like, you know, the music that I do, I just always hope that people like it, and that's my main concern, is that people like it. So if I'm going to do something, if I'm going to do a pop record, because I love pop music, you know what I mean? And I might do a pop record, but I want it to be because I want to do it, and I want people to accept it from me. I don't want it to be because everybody's doing it, you know?
Definitely. So with the project that you're working on right now, we can definitely expect a mixture of pop and neo soul and R&B, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
And when's that coming out?
Well, the album was scheduled for April, but you know we may be, because I just want to take my time and do it right, so I may be, you know, pushing it back about a month. So I'm not sure exactly what the album date is as of now. I'm just working through the music, and you know, I'm just, you know, picking the songs that I love and just recording, you know, and you know, wherever it takes me, I'm just letting this one guide me, you know.
Definitely. So let's talk about acting. Do you have any new projects that you're working on with acting?
Well, as far as my acting career, you know, I've been really, you know, doing a lot of production, a lot of producing films and television shows and stuff like that, more behind the scenes, you know, as opposed to being in front of the camera. You know, I've taken a liking to that, and it's become a passion of mine to produce films and, you know, get behind the scenes of production. So, you know, as far as my acting, I am still doing things, but I'm not focused on that right now. I'm focused on this album, you know, coming out right, and, you know, just doing my production as far as my films. But, you know, you definitely gonna see me in a couple of movies, but I'm not talking about them right now, but you'll definitely be able to see some things soon.
Okay. So, what are the films that you are doing some behind the scenes works? Let me ask that again. Are they coming out soon, or what's the deal with those projects?
Yes, they are. We have a film production company, and our movies they'll be coming out pretty soon, and I'll be able to talk about them. But I can't really, you know, say too much contractually right now about them. But they'll be coming soon, definitely.
I think you got the sense I was trying to, why I reword, I was going to like try to yank it out you. I don't think you're going to answer it, so let me try to reword this before I answer it. Good try, David. Good try. Okay. Yeah. That's what's up. And I mean, we've seen you in, you got Serve, Sister. I just got to know, what was your favorite, like, role of acting?
I would say Cuts was actually my favorite role, because, you know, You Got Served, I was a kid. Sister, I was a kid. But Cuts, you know, it was really me coming into my own as an actor, you know, being an adult and being able to be funny and do comedy and stuff like that. So I would say, you know, Cuts was my favorite role.
So besides the music and the stuff with the film company coming out, what other things can we definitely expect from you this year?
I think we covered it all, man. I'm just excited about this new project. I'm excited about Speechless, the new song, the new album. I'm excited about all the film projects that we have coming up. So, you know, I'm just I'm trying to do it all, jack of all trades. And, you know, I'm gonna just keep y'all posted. Y'all can follow me too on Instagram. It's Real Marcus Houston. Also follow me on Twitter at Marcus Houston. So, you know, I'm excited about the possibilities of where, you know, this next project is going to take me, you know, and I'll definitely be keeping everybody up to date.
Definitely. And we're following you on all those social media sites like that. So
yeah.
You gotta hit us with the follow back on Instagram and on the Twitter. I know you know, as an artist, you know, you get selected and you're like, oh, I really don't want to follow too much, but definitely like follow us so that, you know, when we meet up in person, do like something in person, like at a show or something, you can be like, whoa, well, David, did you really just post that picture? Or like, David, really? You really tweeted about that? Like, come on. This Marcus is not even with professional right now. Like,
yeah.
So, and then I meant to ask you, but I'm glad I caught myself before I decided I wanted to include. Can we expect any collaboration on the new album?
Collaborations, we expect a few. You know, I'm getting all of them together right now, so you know, we can expect a few collaborations definitely.
Okay. Any hints, or we gotta wait?
No hints. We gotta wait.
Ah, damn. You're not giving us anything. I'm messing with you, but I'm looking forward to it. I really am. You just gotta, like I said, follow us, and then we'll keep up with you, and you keep up with us.
For sure. We'll do, sir.
All right. Well, Marcus, thank you so much. Instagram is Real Marcus Houston, right?
Instagram is Real Marcus Houston, yes.
Okay, cool. So, guys, make sure you follow him on Instagram, Real Marcus Houston, Twitter, Marcus Houston, and the website is MarcusHoustonOnline.com. All right, Marcus,
yes,
thank you so much, and keep in touch.
All right.
All right, have a good one.
You too.